Hello everybody, Choppedliver here. So today I wanted to do a video on the Isle of Barra. One of my biggest goal in life is to be able to eliminate my job and travel the world with my soulmate. If you've watched any of my videos, you've probably heard that already. And today I wanted to take a tour of the Isle of Barra because I've done a lot of genealogy research, and most of my family comes from Scotland, and specifically the Isle of Barra. I also have a lot of Welsh in me and Irish. So let's dive in.
This year we ticked off.
Okay, first of all, there's a cow at the beach. You don't see that very often, at least not where I'm from.
Hello.
Oh, and I think this is the Isle of Barra is part of the island chain, and I had to Google this. It's Hebrides because, you know, I obviously screwed that up the first time I read it. I called it Hebrides, but I think it's Hebrides. Okay. And that cow has beautiful hair, by the way. It's so long. You don't see too many cows like that in America, I don't believe.
And welcome to our channel. This year we ticked off one of our major travel bucket list items, a road trip in the stunning Outer Hebrides. In
Yes,
this video we travelled to
beautiful.
the tiny Isle of Barra at the southern end of the islands. With its pristine white sandy beaches and remote rugged landscape,
Wow.
it was the perfect place to begin our travels. We hope you enjoy
So
this
pretty.
video, and if you do, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and you won't miss any of our upcoming Hebridean road trip videos.
See, Mac and Sarah are touring and making videos, and that's what I want to do with my girlfriend.
To get to Barra, we boarded a ferry from Oban to Castle Bay. CalMac operate all the ferry routes between the islands and the mainland, and this was our first of many to come on this trip. A 4-hour journey ahead of us, chasing the
Wow.
horizon across calm
4
seas.
hours?
BBC Radio 4. Now, shipping forecast issued by the Vatersay on behalf of the Maritime and Coast Guard Agency at the Willow Run Farm. April, valid, Southeast Hebrides. Cyclonic, 3 or 4, increasing 5 at times. Showers, occasionally thundery, good, occasionally moderate. Northwest Hebrides, Bailey, northeasterly 4 or 5, showers.
You know, it just amazes me that, 200-300 years ago, or even longer, that people were able to build wooden boats out of trees, weave together fabric sails, and sail across an unknown ocean. We didn't have the greatest of maps back then, and we didn't have GPS so you know exactly where you're at. You had to sail by the stars. And then, what about the weather? You have no idea what's in store for you. With these, you don't ever know when there's a hurricane brewing out there or just a massive storm. These people were just such brave souls and adventurers, and wow, how many people really stop to think what our forefathers accomplished? It's astounding, honestly.
Good, occasionally poor and flat.
Arriving in Castle Bay to the site of Castle Kisamul was our first taste of the beautiful
That's
Isle
beautiful.
of Barra.
Yeah, we don't have any castles in America. I want to go there.
We've made a quick stop to Castle Kisamul, which is currently closed, but when it is...
I'd like to stand on one of these mountains or one of these hills, or maybe just on that little island over there, and watch the northern lights. I think that would probably be pretty much the highlight of my life right there. And I know that I would be overcome with emotion. I definitely would be crying at the sight of the northern lights, because I think it's just one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen, and I've only seen it in videos.
Open, or when it reopens, you can reach it by boat, and it was the seat of the Clan MacNeil, I'm pretty sure.
Clan MacNeil.
And
Holy crap! So that's where I came from. My family was, at least some of my family came from the Clan MacNeil in the Isle of Barra, and I've got a family tartan, and did she just say this castle belonged to the Clan MacNeil? Hold on, let me rewind this.
And it was the seat of the Clan MacNeil, Kisamul, which is currently closed, but when it is open, or when it reopens, you can reach it by boat, and it was the seat of the Clan MacNeil, I'm pretty sure, and it is...
I'm kind of at loss for words. I just learned something watching this video. I've done research, and I'll have to pull up my ancestry.com family tree sometime and show you guys, but Clan MacNeil from the Island of Barra. I did not know that they had a freaking castle there. That's crazy.
It's the only significant medieval castle to survive in the Western Isles.
So we found a beautiful spot on the beach to watch the sunset, but we're wondering
I don't think there's any ugly spots there. They're all beautiful.
what's going to win. Is it going to be the torrential rain that you can see behind us, or the sunset that way? I think the rain might...
I think maybe the rain.
I think the rain might win.
I think maybe the rain. But this is beautiful. Let me show you.
Gorgeous.
Oh my goodness. Now, I live in northwest Florida and on the Emerald Coast, and they call it that because the waters are just emerald green and we have the whitest sand beaches in the world. So I am kind of a beach snob growing up here. It just doesn't get much better than this, but I love nature and I love water and I love mountains and hills and rocks, and there really is just no such thing as a bad beach. Well, I don't know. That may not be completely true, but it's not a case of you've seen one, you've seen them all. They're all beautiful and in their own ways, and I would absolutely love to visit this place and walk barefooted along this beautiful beach and feel like I feel like I was in touch with my ancestors, you know, almost like you're walking through a time machine. It's like, this is where we started, you know.
So we came down to see the sunset, but unfortunately the sun has disappeared behind a whole load of cloud on the horizon. But we're sticking around to see if it might turn the sky a beautiful orange glow to meet the steely blue of the ocean.
Oh, nice describing words.
Thank you.
Scotland, Western Scotland, Northern Ireland, a little bit more cloud here, 1 or 2 spots of rain or drizzle, but most places will be dry.
And it should be a fine day by and large for just about all. With some good sunny spells, temperatures in the 20s, and later in the day, bit of cloud and patchy rain creeping into western Scotland and Northern Ireland before we see more rain.
Good morning from the...
You know, this place doesn't seem like it has a lot of people. And just think how few people lived here hundreds of years ago. I don't know. Maybe more people lived there hundreds of years ago, because now everybody wants to be near cities and, you know, convenience stores and grocery stores and stuff like that. And I don't imagine there's a whole lot of that here. But that's just fine with me. It's beautiful. I could live there.
Beautiful Isle of Barra.
And it is beautiful.
We arrived last night and we didn't do very much. We got off the ferry at just before 6 o'clock and we checked into our accommodation, as you can see behind us. The wee tiny house, and it is wee and tiny, but very, very cosy. But we are off now to explore.
Yeah, the island of Barra is only about 8 miles by 5 miles, so it's fairly small, but we've got a lot to pack in.
Including an airport with a beach for a runway. So let's go and explore.
First stop on our adventures on Barra, and we are searching for a deserted ancient village near Balnabaddock. This is a site of archaeological interest. There are apparently some abandoned buildings, and the earliest artifact found here was a barbed arrowhead from 2000 BC.
Wow.
It's not BC, is it? Is it BC? 2000 BC.
Very cool to find a spot like this right on the loch side as well. It must have been a tremendous place to live back in the day. There would be fishing and obviously livestock from the hills. This is a site of varying different ages, right back from 2000 BC right up to Iron Age settlements in 200 BC to 200 AD, so there's a range of it here. We're going to pop the drone up to see if we can get a good aerial view of it as well.
Fascinating. The more you look, the more you can see the outline of buildings start to appear. So there's one house over here, there's one here and one here, and then just kind of, hang on, beyond this, on the hill there, you can see the outline of another.
This one has the remains of a fireplace inside it as well. I'm not really an expert on fireplaces, but look at the size of that mantle. That must have been really heavy to put up there.
Balnabaddock also has a dark chapter in its past. In the 1850s, the Outer Hebrides were in the midst of a potato famine caused by a succession of failed crops. In 1851, to rid himself of the problem, the landowner of Barra, Colonel Gordon, forcibly evicted 450 people from the island in what became known as the clearances. The cleared people were put on a ship and sent to Canada with nothing but the clothes on their backs.
Well, that's an interesting little stop.
Be careful where you're going, don't fall into the bog of eternal stench.
Yeah, you kind of got to watch your step.
If you didn't get the bog of eternal stench reference, please go and watch Labyrinth, because it is such an amazing film. You will love it. We've made the short drive over the causeway from Barra to Vatersay to find this really sad and poignant crash site, and you can see behind me the wreckage of a Catalina plane that crashed in 1944 on the 12th of May in World War II, killed 9 people on board.
Oh my God.
It actually crashed in the hills up behind us, and I think the wreckage was dragged further down here. So really sad to see this here.
Oh, that's very sad. So they just left all the wreckage there as it's like a like a monument to these people. That's Oh my goodness. You know what? I hate to say it, in America, this would all be covered with freaking graffiti. I'm blown away that all this wreckage is here, and what is that, like 75 years later or something like that, and it's just aged and weathered, but nobody's taking a can of spray paint to it. It's pretty cool.
Unbelievable to see the mangled wreckage. It must have been absolutely devastating to crash up on the hillside up there. I mean, it's slightly misty up there now, but you can imagine the absolute perils of trying to fly a plane across a landscape like this in the poor weather.
Welcome to Barra Bados.
Barra Bados.
Because you would be.
I like it. Yeah. Definitely feels like the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect to see emerald green waters in Scotland, I gotta say.
Yeah, it does. The sand is so white and soft, you sink right in it. The water is crystal clear and absolutely beautiful.
It's stunning, isn't it? And today's really mild. It does not feel like you're in the furthest reaches of...
You would definitely realize you're not in the Caribbean when you get into that water, because I know that it's cold. But it is beautiful.
The Outer Hebrides, it's just beautiful.
Absolutely stunning.
So now the nerd part of me is wondering where the lighter sand came from. Like, what is it made out of? Like on the Emerald Coast where I live, you talk about white sand. Ours looks like snow. It's literally blindingly white on a sunny summer day. Sunglasses are pretty much required because you can't see it. It's like staring at a white sheet of paper, and but that's because it is ground up quartz that has come down from the Appalachian Mountains after millions and millions of years of erosion. So I'm kind of curious, what is the geological history of these islands? If anybody knows, let me know. Put it in the comments. I would be curious. Anyway. Like even on the Atlantic coast, of Florida, you have like Cocoa Beach, and the sand is more brown. This is a lot lighter than like the Atlantic side of Florida. So I'm kind of curious about the geology of this island. If anybody knows, just put it in the comments. Let me back up a minute. Okay, imagine this is your house. You wake up every day, you're in the kitchen fixing coffee, and you're looking out the window and this is your view. Come on. For real? If you're watching this video, the owner of this house, please let us know in the comments.
Hello, you join us at Barra Airport.
Nothing like Heathrow.
I have never been plane spotting in my life, but I am very excited about what we are about to do.
We were so excited we made our lunch here.
My dad would be proud. This was the kind of holiday I used to have as a kid, picnicking off the back of the car.
Yeah.
By a motorway normally.
I'm enjoying it. Barra is the world's only airport with scheduled flights that actually take off and land on the beach.
That's
So we've got a
crazy.
great spot overlooking the expansive sandy beach, and in about half an hour we're expecting a flight from well, the flight only goes to Glasgow. It's to and from Glasgow, 45-minute flight. In about half an hour the flight from Glasgow will be arriving, and then it has about a 20-minute turnaround, and then it'll be taking off again. So we hope we're going to see both. The weather is okay at the moment.
It's a little bit windy, but
Slight
it's
breeze,
all right. It's
slight
okay.
breeze, I would describe that. So yeah, hopefully this should be a real sight to behold. Okay, there's a bit of excitement going on because the little truck has come along and he's taken down the windsocks that were at either end of the beach, and the fire engine has been put away, so we think the flight might have been cancelled. Sarah's gone up to the airport building to try and find out what's going on. So what's the deal?
So I've just been into the tiny little airport terminal to see if there was anyone to ask what's happened, and the customer service person wasn't there. I think she was busy making a lot of phone calls because they've got a whole group of passengers in there who were due to fly to Glasgow who are going nowhere. So
And why is this?
because of the weather, I guess. They didn't seem to know, the passengers didn't seem to know why the plane had been cancelled. So I asked one of them, has it been cancelled? She says, yeah. I was like, what do you do now? She said, I guess we'll be staying here until tomorrow.
What, like in the airport?
I don't know. I guess they'll need to find some other accommodation, but I mean,
If they can't find it.
I'd imagine that's fairly scarce. Or maybe they'll be able to get...
Where do you stay when your flight is cancelled on the island of Barra? Do they have like a big hotel somewhere that you can go and get a room at the last minute?
Get on a ferry, go to Uist and get to Glasgow from there. I'm not sure. So I'm so disappointed. Obviously I'm disappointed for those people because they're not going to Glasgow as they planned, but I'm really disappointed for us because I was so looking forward to seeing the plane land and take off from the beach.
Yeah, me too.
The little geek in me is very, very sad.
Maybe we'll get to see it later.
Got your bag?
Yeah, I have. I picked up my bag from baggage reclaim, which is basically a bus shelter.
Okay, so top tip. If you're coming to Barra,
So, didn't take her long to get through the security line. Oh my goodness. You gotta get to the airport like 2 hours ahead of time most places in the US. That's crazy.
Yeah, I have. I picked up my bag from baggage reclaim, which is basically a bus shelter.
okay, so top tip. If you're coming to Barra and you want to see the plane land and take off on the beach, come whenever you can.
Whenever you can. There are
it's
two.
twice a day.
Yeah, twice a day. We didn't come this morning because we thought, well, that's fine. We'll be here for this afternoon. And who knows? If we'd have been here this morning, we might have been able to see it.
Maybe.
And tomorrow morning we leave before the next scheduled flight.
Yeah.
So we're going to miss it.
So if you come and check out the morning one and the afternoon one, you might get lucky. We sadly did not, so we can't show you. Sorry about that.
It's a very busy airport.
So if you come to Barra Airport and if like us you're disappointed, pop over the sand dunes, a very short walk across the dunes to this absolutely gobsmacking beach. In fact, even if you're not disappointed, come here anyway because it is beautiful. It reminds me of something out of Jurassic World or something with the mountains in the background, the surf swelling. It is just
I want to go.
Isn't this something else? What a beach. Out there, nothing but the North Atlantic. And actually, it's kind of like, Sarah thinks of Jurassic World. I'm thinking of Point Break. I keep thinking I'm going to see Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze come in from the beach.
Oh wow, so this vlog already has all the 80s and 90s movies referenced.
It does,
right?
doesn't it? Labyrinth, Point Break, Jurassic Park. Yeah, God, stunning. We're really taken aback actually with the beauty of the beaches around here. They're just...
So this is what I want to do. Yeah, I'm recording this video right now, and my girlfriend will edit it later. But I want to walk hand in hand with my soulmate on that beach where my forefathers walked hundreds of years ago. And that's one of the reasons I make these videos, is I hope that one of these days I'll have a big enough following and I'll be able to quit my job, travel the world with my soulmate, and make travel videos, because that's our passion. And you have to follow your passions. And that's what I'm doing now.
Unbelievable. And now the sun is coming out, it just makes it even more perfect.
I gotta say though, yeah, that water's cold. You're not gonna... If this was a Florida beach, I would already have stripped off all my clothes, or at least, you know, down to my drawers, and jumped in the water. Because, you know, a summer in Florida is like, it's like warm bath water. Even in the wintertime, it's probably warmer than this is during the summertime. But I would damn sure get in that water anyway.
It's a little bit cold, but you soon get used to it, and it's so nice. It's actually a really refreshing feeling.
It is lovely.
It's lovely.
I don't imagine you're going skinny dipping.
This is what we mean about the Jurassic World looking.
But you know, it's so. What I love about this is there's no condos. So many beaches in the United States are just ruined by, you know, it's like you got the natural beauty, and then you got all these freaking condos, and tourist traps, and you know, amusement parks and restaurants and traffic and thousands and thousands of people. This is just unspoiled beauty, and it's not like you don't even have to go to a national park to see it. It's amazing. I'm absolutely love this place. I'm gonna definitely go there one day.
Here comes the sea.
Yep, it's cold.
Oh, I wish we had our footprints.
Yeah. Anyway, as I was saying, you just imagine like some dinosaurs that come running down the hill now, don't you? And it probably didn't look much different than prehistoric times, I suppose.
I know, I guess it
Doesn't look like it's changed very much.
Well, that's us ready to leave our short stay on Barra.
Yeah, we're headed for South Uist now. We've actually stayed in Barra for 2 nights and 1 full day, and if, like us, you're doing an island hopping trip of the Outer Hebrides, it feels like just about the right amount of time.
Yeah, we got to see everything we wanted to see and it didn't feel rushed.
No, it didn't. No.
And it's definitely a beautiful island, so well worth a stopover.
Really beautiful, yeah. Incredible beaches,
Absolutely
and I'm
beautiful.
hoping that we are onwards to more incredible beaches as well.
Absolutely. So with that, please do hit that
You can never have enough incredible beaches.
subscribe button if you're not already subscribed so you don't miss the rest of our Outer Hebridean adventure. Don't forget to like this video and we'll see you in the next one.
On the next time.
All right, thanks for watching.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
So that's Mac and Sarah, and that was their tour of the Hebridean islands of Barra. So I really enjoyed that video, and I hope you did too. And I hope you will like and subscribe, and also I mentioned I want to travel with my girlfriend. That's our passion in life, and I do have it. You know, I don't include her in the videos on here, but if you want to follow us on Instagram, there is a link in the description, and you can see some of our adventures that we've taken so far. I don't have any fancy videos, mostly just pictures and stuff, but if you'd like to check it out, the link is in the description. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.